Have you ever wondered what happens to male chickens? Because there's something surprising about them. A chicken can be male or female, but only one of them lays eggs. And that's where the strange story begins. If a farm raises chickens for eggs, female chicks are extremely valuable. They grow up and eventually produce eggs. But male chicks cannot lay eggs. So what happens when a male chick is born? The answer is more complicated than you might think. First, we need to understand why chickens are raised. Some chickens are raised mainly for eggs. Others are raised mainly for meat. And this difference changes everything. Egg farms need hens because hens produce the eggs people eat. Roosters have a completely different role. They are important for reproduction, but an egg farm doesn't need many roosters. And that's where the problem begins. The secret starts before the chicks even hatch. A farm can hatch thousands of chicks at once, and roughly half can be male. But here's the problem. Male chicks don't lay eggs, and they're not the same as chickens bred for meat, so they don't fit easily into the egg industry. For decades, this created a huge problem. Farmers needed a way to separate males from females, and that's when things became controversial.
So, do people actually eat male chickens? The answer is yes. But there's a catch. Male chickens can be eaten, but not every male chicken is raised for meat. That's because different chicken breeds grow differently. Some are bred to produce eggs, others are bred to grow meat quickly. And this is why the male chicks from egg-laying breeds are different. They aren't designed to grow like modern meat chickens. And that's the key to understanding this whole story.
To understand this, we need to go back to the beginning. Before modern chicken farms existed, chickens were very different. Humans began keeping chickens thousands of years ago. At that time, chickens weren't factory animals. They were simply part of everyday life. Both males and females had a purpose. Roosters helped reproduce the flock, and chickens could also provide meat. But then, humans started selectively breeding them, and chickens slowly became specialized for different jobs. As chicken farming became more industrial, efficiency became everything. Farmers wanted chickens that produced more eggs, and chickens that grew more meat. Over generations, these traits became stronger. Egg-laying breeds became extremely good at producing eggs. But their male chicks didn't inherit that useful trait. They couldn't become egg producers, and they weren't the ideal type for fast meat production either. So the industry faced a difficult question. What should happen to all those male chicks? For a long time, the solution was simple, but controversial. Male chicks were separated from the females. In many industrial egg systems, the males weren't useful for laying eggs, and they weren't the same breed used for efficient meat production. This created a problem that affected millions of chicks. People began questioning whether there was a better solution, and then technology offered a new possibility. What if scientists could identify the sex before the chick hatched? That could change the entire process, and that's exactly what researchers are trying to do. Scientists call this process in-ovo sex determination. The idea sounds simple. Scan the egg, identify its sex, and make a decision before hatching. This could prevent unwanted male chicks from being hatched in the first place. But the technology isn't perfect everywhere. Different methods are still being developed and tested, and researchers want the process to be fast, accurate, and practical, because millions of eggs pass through hatcheries. But there's another solution people are exploring. What if male and female chicks were both useful? That's where dual-purpose chickens come in. These breeds can produce eggs and meat. They're not perfect at either one, but both sexes can have a purpose. For some farmers, that's a better balance, but there's still a big challenge. Consumers want affordable chicken and eggs. Farmers still have to make the numbers work. New technology is changing what farmers can do. Scientists are searching for better alternatives, and some countries are already changing their rules. The goal is to reduce unnecessary harm while still producing enough food. That's a difficult balance, because feeding billions of people is not simple, but neither is deciding what happens to billions of animals. And that's why this debate isn't going away. But there's one thing many people still don't know. Male chickens have been eaten by humans for centuries. They're not poisonous. They're not automatically unsafe to eat. The real issue is economics. A farmer has to spend money raising every chicken. Feed costs money, space costs money, and time costs money. So farmers choose breeds that make the most sense for their purpose. But not every farmer follows the same system. Small farms may raise chickens for several purposes. A rooster might protect the flock. It might also help produce the next generation. And eventually, it could become food. That's very different from a specialized egg farm. There, every chicken has a carefully calculated role. That's why the same male chicken can be valuable in one place, but have little economic value in another. It all depends on what the farm is designed to produce. But there is another surprising part of this story. Scientists are changing the chickens themselves. They want birds that can serve multiple purposes. That could make farming more flexible. But breeding for one perfect chicken isn't easy. Improving one trait can affect another. So scientists have to find the right balance. And that's harder than it sounds, because chickens are living animals, not machines. And their welfare matters too.
So why don't we usually see male chickens in supermarkets?
Because supermarkets mostly sell products, not individual chickens.
You see eggs, you see chicken meat,
But you rarely see the animal behind the product. And that can make the whole system easy to misunderstand. The truth is, male chickens are absolutely edible. They can be eaten just like other chickens. The bigger issue is how efficiently they grow. And that comes down to the breed. But there's still one final question. Could the future completely change this story? Scientists believe it might. Better technology could identify chicks before they hatch. Better breeding could make both sexes more useful. And consumers may have more choices. But changing a global food industry takes time. For now, male chickens aren't disappearing. Their role simply depends on the system around them. And that makes the answer far more complicated than it first appears. Now you know the biggest reason. It's not because male chickens are bad to eat. It's because different breeds are designed for different purposes. Some are optimized for eggs. Some are optimized for meat. And some are useful for both. That's why the answer depends on the farm. And it also depends on the chicken breed. So the next time you see a chicken, remember, there's much more behind it than meets the eye. And here's the part most people never think about. A chicken's value isn't decided by whether it's male or female. It's decided by what humans need it for. That's why one rooster can be valuable on a farm, while another may have a completely different role. And technology may soon change that even further. Imagine a future where fewer chicks are wasted, where technology identifies them before they hatch, and where every chicken has a clearer purpose. That future may be closer than you think. In traditional egg production, male chicks from laying breeds face a difficult reality. They can't lay eggs, and they don't grow as efficiently as meat breeds. That's why researchers are looking for alternatives. One approach is identifying the sex inside the egg. Another is raising breeds where both sexes have value. Neither solution is perfect yet, but the industry is changing. So the next time someone asks, why don't we eat male chickens? Remember, we can eat them. The real story is why modern farming doesn't always raise them for food.